This is the Afrobeats Culture Podcast on Eko Atlanta Radio. My name is Leke. With me, I have Hershey, and we're just here to discuss Afrobeats in general.
So, what's our first topic today?
Burna Boy.
Burna Boy,
He
okay.
Grammy
Grammy
nominated
nominated.
twice,
Oh,
right?
cheeks. Okay, so how do you feel about the Twice as Tall album?
I think perfect, but not as good as African Giant.
So was it really perfect then?
Not really, but you know,
Okay. I
but
liked
it was
it.
perfect enough to get a Grammy nomination. So that's good.
True.
So
And
that's
in a different category as
yeah.
well.
Okay. I mean, I think is it the same or just a different name?
I believe it's a different category.
Oh, okay.
World.
Well, okay,
Mhm.
that's perfect.
I like the album. I was kind of a little bit confused as to why Diddy was such like a huge part of the album. I thought the input was a little bit
Yeah, that's kind of what made too. Yeah, he came up from
confusing.
yeah. I get maybe Didi was trying to get for that international recognition, but
Mhm.
still, he kind of just watered it down. I'm not trying to hear Didi at the end of an Afrobeat song.
Right, right. Okay, so what were your favorite tracks on Twice as Tall?
No. Onyeka, I love Onyeka. Onyeka and Bebo, just effortlessly flowing on the album, and it just made sense to me. He's always burning. He always gives you excellence. So it's
Right,
not about the individual song, just about the whole package of the album for me.
right.
Yeah, so I love the song. What about yours?
I think I had a couple on there, but I know Real Life for sure is
Okay,
definitely one of my
Stormzy,
favorites. I
okay.
love Stormzy's part. I always sing that part with my heart. And then the transition from what is that song?
First one.
No, the transition from I forgot what the song is even called. Oh, I sound bad. Okay, the
It's
transition
okay.
between is it Bank on It? No, it's not Bank on It. It's the one with the shots. The one where the
Uh,
PH City boys would be
oh,
proud.
okay, okay.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm talking
yeah. I
about?
know the way. Just can't remember.
I just
the
really
name,
can't remember the name.
which is fine, but the transition.
The transition between that to Real Life
Okay.
and then Bank on It was
I actually love Bank on It. Bank on It is my workout song. When I just
Really?
yeah, I just keep singing and it gives you like a motivation.
right.
Everything I say, you can put 100 grand in it. So I love that.
Nice.
So that's Burna was one of the we call it the three-headed monster. There you go.
Okay.
Afrobeat culture. So we mentioned Burna, and then we're gonna mention Wizkid, Made in Lagos.
Okay.
I love Made in Lagos. I was had this debate behind the scenes telling people that the album is not perfect, but it really achieved its purpose. It's an international album for international market.
Right.
That's what I think. What about your opinion?
My takeaway from the album was that it was made in Lagos, but however, it's not your traditional Afrobeats sound. So I think a lot of people were expecting, the sound
Bedu,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah, like that's not Wizkid. Like one thing about Wizkid, he doesn't have to try too hard. Like
Yo,
he's at this point in his career where he's literally,
chilling.
I would say he's number one. So like. He doesn't have to be doing all the screaming, all the nah, that's not
we're just
Wizkid.
chilling.
So
We're just
he
chilling.
definitely gave like a different
A mature
perspective
vibe.
to yeah.
Like every song had a saxophone in it. Like that's kind of like a vision you see,
Mhm.
but people just wanted that dancing. So I get that. But
Right. So a lot of people that say they didn't like the album, I feel like they don't really know what real music is because
not only
that
that,
album.
they really just didn't even haven't really paid attention to Wizkid's evolution as an artist. He's
True.
always if you want Wizkid to break new sounds for you, he will break new sounds. He's
Right.
one of the first Nigerian artists to work with the South African sound that everyone is using right now.
Mhm.
Soweto Baby, and he was marvelous on that. So it's like he can do that, but I think this album was just trying to get towards that international market. That's what I believe.
I think people are used to like a certain sound, like the first the first our first
Ojo Elegba,
yeah,
Shita.
Ojo Elegba, Ayo that
Yeah,
album.
all of that,
So
yeah.
even when he did his album Sounds from the Other Side,
Yeah,
I feel
people
like that
didn't like
album
it, yeah.
people were not very
There's
receptive
so
of that
many
album.
jams on that. So many songs with title song on that album that's so wonderful.
And I think now people are starting to realize like Wizkid was on to something because that sound was so futuristic and that's the sound that we're hearing now. So he's really like the pioneer.
There
to be
you go.
honest. So I say that about like Davido's Like That as well. That song Like
Yo,
That.
that
People did
song.
not really like that song.
I love
But
that song.
now like people are like, oh wow, this
Okay.
song was mad.
Speaking of segueing into Davido, he releases his album too, A Better Time.
Hmm.
I love that album. Personally, I think Davido was right. The best artist in Nigeria this year is Mayokun. Mayako just he just that the best song. He just really brought out actually the best of him and David. So I like David, and David. You always know David was working with the biggest stars.
Right.
He had Nicki Minaj, Nas. I actually like that song with Nas and Hit Boy. It's a very mellow song.
You like it?
Yeah, I like it. I like the one with what you call it, Lil Baby as well.
I thought it was a little different.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think that's the sound. That's the thing. Same thing. I believe with David too. David doesn't mind working with anybody. He sees you here, he work with anybody. That song with people from different countries you never hear about. And that's his appeal, that global appeal.
So, did you like A Better Time or did you like A Good Time? Like, which one did you
like? Oh,
like
best A Good Time, definitely.
Really?
A Good Time has Sweet in the middle. Like, you can't be sweet in the middle.
Sweet in the
So, speaking of A Better Time, what were your favorite songs of the album?
Okay, to be honest, when I first listened to the album, I wasn't really feeling it like that.
Okay.
And as a DJ, we're always told you listen to an album the first time and you never judge it on the first listen. You have to go back and listen. So
people are guilty of that.
Yeah, people are guilty of just listening to it one time, like, oh, the album wasn't good. Like, you cannot do that.
Yeah.
So, the first time I was like, it was okay. I don't know if I like it as much as I loved A Good Time. But I went back and listened again, and I was like, wait, this guy's actually a genius. Like, wait, it's Lala.
I didn't even mention Lala. Yo.
Wow. And it's Heaven as well. Heaven was amazing. I Got a Friend with I love Show My Josie.
Yeah.
And I love her voice. She's like, she could, like that gets me every time. So she could literally breathe on the beat. And I'm like, I'm a fan. So that one was good. And The Best is also, like, everything on the album was pretty much, pretty solid,
Yeah, it's pretty much, standard David. You know what you get. You
right.
get music, you get emotion, and you get introspection, and you also get nice songs. I love that Lala song by CK.
Lala was
Watch
amazing.
out for CK, by the way. And so, segueing, notable mentions, also people. Olamide came out with Carpe Diem. I think Carpe Diem was the best album out in Nigeria this year.
My god.
Afrobeats, when you talk about that, I think
Carpe
Carpe Diem was the best. Olamide just killed that album. And the fact that he just kept growing as an artist, crazy. What about notable mentions for you?
Well, Olamide for sure. I mean, I play most of that album is on replay throughout the whole entire day. Yeah. So Loading with Bad Boy Twins, like that one. That one is too much. Like, that's a head buster right there. And also, I noticed on the album he only put like mostly upcoming artists.
Yeah.
Aside from like Peruzzi and Fino, upcoming artists were really who he
featured on.
And I noticed that's a running thing with Olamide. Like, he's always about sharing the spotlight, and I just think he's like the most selfless person. So I've always respected him as an artist.
So also Omale, he released an album. How many days ago was it? Like 2 or 3 years ago. Perfect as well. Timaya, did you like the Timaya album?
Honestly, I'm like I said, I listened to that album one time, so I can't really judge it. So I need to go back and listen to it again.
So what are your notable mentions?
I would say Bella Shmurda for sure. There's something about his voice that's like super magical. Yeah, Cash App is taking over the city. Like, I'm waiting for somebody to Cash App me $90,000 as we speak, because I'm waiting to get blessed as well. But yeah, I've just been looking.
Drop your cash tag.
Yes, my Cash App. I will. I'll make sure I drop it in the comments for sure. Maybe somebody will bless me.
No, it's Christmas time.
I've been looking at his features, his track record of like the features. Like, he's killed every single feature.
Olamide's album.
Yes, like his voice is just magical, and I'm really excited to see what he's gonna bring out.
Another person also, Lil Kirsch. He releases an album finally. I think Lil Kirsch, just like you said, everyone has their own part in life, and he's matured as an artist, and giving you and dropping lamba as always.
Right.
And speaking of other people that kind of have been notable in the Afrobeat culture this year, have just been the protesters and the people who have been fighting and spearheading the campaign of End SARS.
Right.
I really think as Nigerian entertainment goes, people really use their voice.
Right.
To really bring attention to what was going on in Nigeria. If you look at David, if you look at Wiz, if you look at Burna, they have huge followings on Instagram, almost a combined 50 million followers,
right?
And them actively tweeting End SARS to international people as well. So the fact that the UK Parliament is talking about sanctioning, sanctioning the members of Nigerian government who actually participated in that. And what's your take on that? Because I believe we here in diaspora need to help them in Nigeria.
Honestly, I mean, I think it's great that they were able to spread awareness. It's sad what's going on right now, and honestly, I did not think that the turnout, like people raising their voice, is going to be this much. Like, I was actually very shocked.
And then just the way that it just cascaded, from followings, and then the huge killings, and then, the world we live in is so social media driven that
right.
a whole lot of people can see that. A whole lot of people can tap into that and see Shade Room with their own different set of followers. People just campaigning,
spreading
just
awareness.
spreading awareness, and that's, I think, really, as Africans, Nigerians, the Afrobeat culture is really about to take over the European hemisphere. I think the Afrobeat culture is really spearheading a movement that will just cascade from the shores of Europe down to Africa.
Right.
I really think that when everybody goes back and really buy back into our culture, and by doing that, so no matter where you are, I think,
Yeah.
I think also another thing.
Pick up action.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
So I believe that, and also another way for change really is just an approach, like basically uprooting every person who has decided to make the political office that like their father's inheritance. If you can do that, if we can do that, it's all about voting participation. If you look at, man, we really turned Georgia blue. If that can happen, it can happen in Nigeria. If people can go out and vote, 2023 is coming up. You have to vote all these people out. It doesn't matter what it is. It's no more stomach infrastructure, because really, to be the change you want to see in the world. And for anyone who's watching, I believe, like she mentioned, you have to use your voice, spread awareness, and speak to people. Educate them about what's going on. That's the only way, really. That's the message Burna always preaches. The African mentality, this message Wiz always preaches, where you have to love one another. Where David also preaches the same thing, where you only rise by lifting others. So it's all of that. Use your voice, which I believe everyone has been using their voice. This year is weird, man. So
I think even we have a lot of untapped potential in Nigeria as well. We have a lot of college graduates that are not working or not able to use their degree. Like, if you have a degree in law, if you have a degree political science, you guys should not be afraid to run for the government. You guys can be the change.
It can really be
in the
change.
future of Nigeria. So.
We're not. I know it sounds like it's sweet to say, but really, change starts from within, and help is coming. Help is coming. Just moving that, the year is about to end. It feels like it's summer actually, but the year is about.
It's kind of cold outside. I don't know what you're talking
It's
about.
always cold, But the year is ending. So what do you think will be your predictions for next year? What do you think will be the big things next year? You believe in the Afrobeat scene, Afrobeat culture?
Scene. Man, I'm expecting Naira Marley to drop something. That's gonna change.
Landscape.
That's gonna change the game. Because he's been talking. I've been watching his tweets, and I study Naira Marley's tweets. I'm a Marleyan.
She's a real Marleyan.
I'm a Marleyan, so like, I think he's gonna drop something that's gonna change the game.
Okay.
I'm expecting more.
Rema.
Rema for sure. My Edo State people, we're repping. We're going strong out here.
Okay.
Yeah. So and also Rexy.
Rexy.
I want another project from Rexy.
Okay.
I love his work anyway.
Okay, no problem.
His beats. So I'm excited.
My prediction for 2021. I know you wouldn't like it. I want to see Wizkid on the Rexy beats.
Yeah.
I know you wouldn't like it, but I think that's the new Lamba. I called it here first. Wizkid on the Rexy beat next year.
You think?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No problem.
Well, more power to you.
More power to you.
I think Wizkid is I don't think that's his style.
That's his style?
No, I don't think that's his style.
Okay.
But,
no problem.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
Wizkid
It's
ends up on a Rexy beat. I owe you some lunch.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Anyway, this has been fun. It was always fun hanging out with you.
Awesome.
This is the Afrobeat Culture Podcast on Eko Atlanta. We appreciate the powers behind the scene helping us, powering this.
For sure.
And we hope to bring you more content. Labash Media, also Mr. Troy, we thank you as well. This is
Afrobeats Culture
Podcast.
Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and social media. I'm Hershey Skin, the Posh DJ.
And I am Mr. Anoti, the unbeatable one.
All right. Until next time.